Adding dimensional constraints. The easiest way to add a dimensional constraint is to go up into our dimensional panel and select on the constraint that we're interested in, such as the lineal constraint. And we can then apply it. So I'm going to select the lineal constraint. It'll ask me to pick the first constraint point, and I can just pick on that point and it'll automatically find it. I'll come over here and pick on that point and it'll automatically find it. It'll ask for the dimension line location. I'll just pick how far away I want it to be. And then it'll say the dimension text is 1.75, and it gives me a D1, so it's the first dimension constraint. And I hit enter, and I've placed in a linear dimension constraint. Likewise, I can go up and do lineal. Instead of picking it by the points, this time I'm going to go down on the command line and it says object, and I'm going to hit enter for object. Now I'm going to just select on the object and I'll drag it out and I'll place it. And now it's D2 for the second dimensional constraint. And I can also come in here and say, well, if I just double click in here, I can change the value of this thing. I can change it to 1.00 and hit enter. And you'll see how it changes. And I can go back in at any time and change the value of those things to 1.5. But I might want to be a little bit more descriptive, and I can change, instead of D1, I can actually give it an actual descriptive name, such as length. And I'll type that in. And I hit enter, and now it's called length. So maybe that's a little bit more easier to use. But what's nice about that is let's go and jump over to this particular one here. When we have the length in here, now we're going to put in over here another linear dimension. I'm going to choose, and I'm going to say I'm going to pick on the object. And when I pick it over here, instead of putting it in as a D1, I'm going to do an expression. And so I'm going to just start with an equal sign. And then I'm going to type in the height, and I'm going to say the height, actually I'm going to get rid of the equal sign. I'm going to say the height equals the length. Got to spell it correctly, all right? I got to spell everything the same way, divided by 2. So whatever this length was, I'm going to divide it by 2. I'm going to hit enter, and now it is a formula, and it has an fx defines as a formula. When I come up and click on this, you see this is the length, and then this is the height. Well, the half of that is 0.75. But if I change this value, say to 2, now this changes to 1 because it's half this height, right? So in this case, I can come over here and change this thing to, say, 2.75, and it goes exactly half. All right, so those are called expressions, and we can use expressions or just lineal, and we can lineals, and we can give the lineals actually a descriptive name to the lineal constraint. So these are all examples of adding dimensional constraints.